Mr. Levi in.
Hello guys, this is Mr. Levi and reaction videos. So yeah, I I've been planning out for a couple of days this week, and I'm trying to make some changes since it's been a year of doing reaction videos. If y'all know that, if y'all don't know, it's on my community post. If you see my first reaction video of the McDonald's commercials, you see. So yeah. Anyway, I don't know how am I gonna make some changes doing reaction videos, because I've been busy doing something else. I was busy with the planning out making my new music excuse me, my new music video for my second channel. It's in this description. And I've been doing some game coding on Scratch, and yeah. So today we're gonna be watching. This is very old. It's titled Nuts for Nintendo. What? Nuts for Nintendo special on ABC News 20 to 20 from 1988. And it's uploaded by Ninth Key Pattern. So yeah, let's not waste time. Let's get into the video. Okay, here we are. Now we push play.
We don't know how to free Zelda, but we do know why kids love them and critics hate them. John Stossel reports, Nuts for Nintendo, when 2020 continues.
2020.
It may be the most addictive toy in history, and it's definitely the hottest thing this Christmas.
Oh yeah,
Nintendo
very
video
addictive.
Games. They first arrived from Japan.
That kids won't
3
stop
years ago, and now
getting off the games,
kids
you know.
are hooked and mesmerized. When they do stop to talk, it's in a language only they understand. Well, John Stossel went out to discover the secret of Nintendo's success, but first he had to find one.
New York City, early in the morning. Before the toy stores open, they're lined up outside. I'm in line too because the director of 2020 said, Stossel, I hate to ask, but you've got to help me get my kid a copy of Super Mario Brothers 2. This man came all the way from Indiana to get one. He came 1,000 miles just for this game?
Yes. I've done 7 stores
1,000
today
miles?
for 3 weeks now. I cannot find it.
I have to live with my kids for the rest of the year.
That's
so
the
I
Adventures
have
of
to
Link,
have
I know that.
So to please the kids, they line up at the few stores that have been able to get copies of the hottest Nintendo games, Mario 2 and The Adventure of Link.
I have Super Mario Brothers 2.
Now what's Nintendo, you ask, and why should you care? Well, I think it's something you should know about because it's captured America's children. School bus drivers the kids are talking less about clothes and sports and what Joe did to Jane, and more about...
I just imagine that about kids in the 80s, just like they always come home from school, they sit around, watch Saturday morning cartoons and play Nintendo and go to the arcades and all. And what would teenagers like to do in the 80s? Do they go arcades? I bet the kids might go to the arcades. Just comment down below if you're born in the 1980s.
About
When you get to those things that go up and down, you just jump on them.
after school, even on the day that brings the first beautiful snowfall of the season. Everyone's eager to get inside the house so they can rush to get to the television set. Now, usually they don't play together. We invited them to a Nintendo party. They pop the cartridge into this deck, which attaches to any television set. These
Is it
controls
that
direct the
nostalgic
characters. The better your eye-hand
to
coordination,
come back
the
and
better
see
you
that?
do. Never has there been a toy that's been this successful. Bruce Apar is editor of a magazine that follows the industry.
How big a hit is this?
This is as big or bigger than anything the toy industry has ever seen.
Toy and hobby
I'll
world.
give you one comparison. Barbie, which is an institution, does about $500 million a year. Nintendo does over 3 times as much.
Now, why is it so successful? Well, the people in the industry say Nintendo simply has the best games. They come in 2 categories. Sports games such as tennis, hockey, football, boxing.
Mike Tyson's
all with
Punch
good
Out.
graphics and sound effects. Even more popular are the adventure games like Super Mario. They tend to have ludicrous plots. Mario is an Italian plumber who, under your control, enters the Mushroom Kingdom to fight off killer turtles and deadly ducks until he can rescue the Princess Toadstool.
You know, I just like the static effects in the you know while playing the NES game, you on the old television set, it's very static. It's just like the old TVs. I like it.
The kids love it.
What's good about it?
Birdo. He shoots the eggs out of his nose. And also there's this part where you can't go anywhere except for fall down a pit, but you pick up this thing and this rocket appears out of nowhere and it flies to another board. It's weird.
And it's a big improvement over the first video.
Hold up, someone just texted me. Come back and yeah.
Video games like Atari's Pong and Space Invaders. Because today's computer chips are better.
Space
They have
Invaders.
more memory.
There's much more involved in playing the game, much more excitement.
It's like
better
40
use of
years
color,
old.
Better use of music.
Space
It's
Invaders.
not just stick figures anymore.
We have literally over 100 different characters, people, animals, wizards, spells. You see this spread out over different worlds. And when I say different worlds, entirely different sets. If you think
Video
about the way a
game
movie
designer.
is produced, there are levels with caverns, and you break into underground oceans.
There's secret holes that you go into.
The kids delight in finding new twists to the games. Secret passages they didn't discover the first times they played. Bizarre new weapons.
You're throwing things that I've never even discovered in this game.
Yeah, because you don't know. If you're a grown-up, you hardly do this. If you're a grown-up, you
Oh, hold up. Okay, I apologize that my cousin just messaged me. Just how am I doing? And my screen turned to an ad. So I apologize that.
Now, the chips, the technology that goes into this, was invented in the United States. Yet, the Japanese are the ones who make it a hit. Why is that?
Nintendo is a 100-year-old company in Japan, and they learned their lessons well.
100-year-old, yeah.
When buyers lost interest in the first generation of video games about 4 years ago, Nintendo quietly watched as American companies quit the business. Nintendo then bought licenses to the best of the arcade games. They created new games by getting independent designers to compete against each other for the right to work with Nintendo.
Okay, my screen is back.
Nintendo,
My
please
TV
hold. 1 moment.
just giving me
Thank
light.
you. May I help you?
And in Seattle, at the company's U.S. headquarters, they listen to the customers. 50,000 people call Nintendo's 800 number every week asking for help with the games. Phones are manned by games fanatics who often play other games while answering questions.
Who else seen that, like from the trailer of the NES
Okay, what you want to do is, like I said, jump on the guy
Championship Edition?
with the carpet.
In Japan, the games are an even bigger success. These people are upset because even after waiting all night, they were unable to get their kids a new version of a game called Dragon Quest. In the U.S., it's mostly Mario that they want.
The last Super Mario Bros. 2 was just sold. And they get upset. Well, they say, oh, can you take my name? Can you take my credit card, please? Can you do something? My kid wants it. His friend has it, and they're not friends anymore because he doesn't have it.
All this makes me wonder, is the shortage real, or are they holding back supplies to increase the mystique? Coleco denies it, but industry insiders say that's exactly what happened with their Cabbage Patch doll a few years ago. The company shipped fewer dolls to increase the excitement. Today, some people in the toy business suspect Nintendo's holding games back. And while videotaping in Japan, we did see plenty of the hard-to-get cartridges. The company denies that it's holding back.
Believe me, creating a shortage of this kind was nobody's design, and it's just one of those combinations of demand that far exceeded our most optimistic projections and an inability on the chip supplier to fulfill it.
Now you really messed up. You're out.
All this brings
They're
us to a
playing
final
the original
question.
Super Mario
Should
Bros.
Parents buy these games at all? The National Coalition Against Television Violence thinks they shouldn't because they say they're bad for kids.
Like, I like how you shoot the people with boomerangs and bombs. I just like jumping on things and killing them and shooting things.
The coalition says this will make some kids act violently. Well, I don't know about that, but there's another problem. Watching the kids play, seeing the intensity of their interest, the word obsession comes to mind.
I bet I'm much better than him at Zelda.
You know, some kids can be addicted to games and
2 hours a
act
day.
violence in video games,
When you should be doing your homework.
which is why
This girl's mother doesn't like
Yeah.
the game.
we all learn about that.
You're going brain dead while you're watching it.
Maybe you will be brain dead from staring at this thing all the time.
No.
And while we were talking, Mom was watching all this warily.
Gets their mind off school when they first come home from school, but then it gets their mind totally off school. So we had to take it away for a while because homework wasn't getting done, bedtime got pushed aside.
What do you mean take it away for a while?
I disassembled it and put it in the back of a closet for a while.
But now you're letting them play again.
Not as much.
Yeah. Just remember, kids. You do your chores first. You do your homework
John,
next.
What's your feeling after watching
And then
this?
play
Does
games.
It make them, brain dead, as you said? Or isn't there a certain amount of imagination that you have to use for this game?
I think that's true, that it's not just like watching television. You have to use imagination. There are all these ways to handle the games. I think under the right time limits, it's fine. In fact, I got one while doing the story, and I'm going to keep it.
For you, or would you give it to your child?
Well, my 3-year-old likes kill ducks, and my
Duck
wife
Hunt,
and I
he's
stayed
talking
up
about.
till midnight playing it.
And you don't mind the so-called violence in it? Kill ducks, kill ducks?
They're animated characters, and I just think you have to pay attention and limit the time, and it's fine.
Now I know how you're spending
making
the holidays.
making the games kid friendly
Playing Nintendo.
and not add something gore, you
Now
know.
on to a much more serious report.
And that's it. So guys, I hope you all enjoy this reaction video. My cat's behind my chair. See it? So yeah, I hope you all enjoy this reaction video, and so comment down below who's seen this video and who remembers that news report of the ABC News in 1988 if you're an adult. So anyway, again, I might make something different about make something different to do with while doing reaction videos. So, Levi in, Levi out.